Hey everybody, I'm coming on at 1 p.m. I'm actually pre-recording this because if you don't know me, my name is Sara Holder. I am a mom, wife, and I'm a mom of two under two. So that is why I'm pre-recording this. But I am super excited to share a little word with you today. I have a little Devo for you, something that you could listen to later on or right at this moment, whatever, and whenever you can. So I'm really excited. As people kind of jump on, I do want to share some announcements that we have at Unforsaken. So I am the operations director at Unforsaken, so my heart is very, very close to this ministry. I love this ministry so very much. And some announcements that we have is we had Unforsaken last night. It was a wonderful night. So if you got to join us last night, I hope you had a wonderful time. We had great worship, the word, everything was so beautiful. And then our next one is we're going to have an outdoor worship night at the Crosshouse Farms on May 28th. And that's Tuesday, May 28th. It's going to be great. We are super excited. It's going to be at 7 p.m. You could bring the whole family, bring your chairs. It's going to be, if it's cool, we're going to have a bonfire. If it's not, then we'll probably keep it, you know how Florida is. You never know with the weather, but it's still going to be outside. It's going to be fun. So make plans now to join us for that. We have a retreat coming up. If you are a woman and you need a break, can I get an amen over here? Sign up for the retreat on our website. That's always a fun thing. It's going to be from 10 to 4. So it's a little bit of a shorter day than we had in the past. So it might be easier for you to, find a sitter, or maybe your husband is like, okay, that sounds a little bit better that you be gone for that amount of time. Because who knows, our husbands need us, right? The house sometimes crumbles without the mom. So if that's one of the things, then just plan on maybe coming to the retreat. Bring a friend with you. It's so fun and refreshing, and you will leave better than you came. I can promise you that. But I am going to dig in. So I wanted to share this book because I'm getting a lot of my knowledge from it. As a staff, my mom wanted us to read this book. It's called Dream Big, Think Small. So I've been doing this every morning, reading it and reading my word, and it had some really cool truths. And I'm like, I am going to share what I was reading today. And it kind of is talking about just like faithfulness as a whole, right? So we put our faith into Jesus, but it's so much more than that. It's not just that's just the beginning of our faith journey, giving our life to Christ. But it's the small, consistent things that we do every day that make the biggest impact in our life. So something that I love that he was talking about is he kind of talked about like an ant, and how I am going to show you the exact verse in the Bible because it was in Psalms, and I thought it was so very interesting. Okay, no, it was in Proverbs. It says, ants are creatures of little strength, yet they store up their food in the summer. So it's like we're looking at like a little ant thing, and they're slowly taking food into their thing, into their little nest, hole, whatever you call it, mound. But they do that. They store up food for the summer when it gets hot for them. And you look at an ant and you think, wow, how are they doing that? But it's small, consistent things. And we can be like ants if we are cautious of being consistent with every little thing that we are entrusted with. It says the job done through consistent forward progress. King Solomon included in this proverb on ant power to illustrate the effect of steady, repeated movement in the right direction. It's the power of consistency is what he's talking about. And something I love about faithfulness is, one, faithfulness is done in private, right? When you're doing those steps, it's not flashy. Faithfulness is not flashy. It's reading your word every morning, even if it's one verse, right? But it's that consistent thing. Okay, it's my first thing that I'm going to do in the morning, every single day. Nothing comes before it. Opening my Facebook app does not come before it. Something that I've been trying to work on because I'm so quick to open my phone, right? We have it next to our beds. We keep it in our beds. I have a baby that wakes up throughout the night, so I need my phone to keep me awake while I'm feeding her and things. So, but is having face-to-face interaction with the people I love before I open my phone. Okay, so that's something I've been trying to work with. So if that's my husband, I love you. Have a great day at work. Kiss, bye, face-to-face. Okay, hate it, right? I love you. Let's eat, right? She needs to eat. Maverick, good morning. Sometimes he sleeps in a little bit later and I do reach my phone before he wakes up. And then of course, reading my word. So there's my face-to-face interaction with God. Or thank you for this day, Lord. Let us rejoice and be glad. Whatever it is, and then open my phone. I'm going to be honest, right? But if I consistently do that, it'll make such a big difference in my faith journey, in every little area of my life. My day will be drastically better. So those slow and steady movements of like ant power, right? And it's like storing up food for the summer that they do, these little ants. So I challenge you to do those things. And be patient, because it doesn't happen overnight. Powerful change rarely occurs in the course of a few days. So just remember that. Maybe you're a mom or a grandmother, whatever it is, and you're believing for your child to come to faith, or you're believing for not just your child, but someone you love to get rid of this addiction, whatever it is. It's not going to happen overnight. It's going to be for you. Just trust God and continue to pray, continue to do your steps. But what does Proverbs 22:6 say? Train your child in the way that he shall go, and when he is old, he will not depart from it. So just remember that today. He will not depart from it. I think that's so encouraging. That's my son, but that's okay. He's good. He will not depart from it. And for me, something that has been helping me a lot is trusting God with my children every single day in my schedule. Because my schedule, I can tell you, I can plan. I can plan my children's sleep schedule. I can plan what they're going to eat, and it all goes to shame, okay? I used to make Maverick gourmet meals, and now I give him what he wants to eat, okay? Because he's going to throw it on the ground regardless. But that just shows that we have to daily walk it out. Every single hour, I can plan, but it's going to go completely different. So I need to trust God with it. And if not, I will go crazy. But just being patient and giving it to God with every little area of your life. So I loved that. And I did want to talk about this one thing about it can take years to build any kind of habit, right? A good reputation as well, but it could take years to build a habit. But it can take hours to dismantle it. When I read that, I was like, wow, that is so true. Maybe it's a marriage, right? You can work so hard in making this marriage work and in every little area, but one text message, one inappropriate conversation, whatever that is, can dismantle a marriage. So you need to be careful and mindful of that. And for me right now, it's my children. I have to be so careful how I talk to them, because I don't want them to be in a counseling chair in 20 years. Well, this is what my mom did to me when I was young, and this is how she would talk to me. And whenever I acted up, she used anger and that kind of stuff. Like, I have to be very cautious of that. And that's why I'm saying every day I have to renew my mind and say, I am going to be patient with my children today. Mostly my son, who's a toddler. Obviously, my daughter doesn't really need much disciplining, but just any kind of thing like that is so important. So remember that whatever you're doing, be cautious of that. Right here it says, consider one ant-like activity. So this is your challenge, okay? Consider one ant-like activity you could begin immediately. The list below is not, there's so many others, okay? But it might give you some ideas, okay? First one, maybe you thank someone at work for what they do every day. or thank someone around you, or give someone a compliment every day, but be mindful of that, not just whenever you can, things like that. Walk or jog a few times a week. Pray daily for your children or grandchildren. Begin a consistent savings. Faithfully give away a certain amount. Read a chapter in the Bible every morning or every evening. Enjoy a book at least 30 minutes instead of watching TV. So these are just examples of things that you could do that will make a big impact. And again, they're not flashy. We don't have to post that we're doing this, right? It's a personal thing that we're doing. And I do want to share this one thing that Craig Rochelle said, that he, in this book, this isn't Craig Rochelle, but he quoted him. And I think it was so powerful. He said, "You'll likely overestimate what you can do in a short run, but underestimate what you can do in a lifetime of faithfulness." I'm going to read that again because it's so powerful. You'll likely overestimate what you can do in a short run, but underestimate what you can do in a lifetime of faithfulness. I want you to remember that today, because some of the things that are this steady, consistent thing in your life, they might be boring, like I was talking about. They're not flashy. They might be boring. Craig Rochelle is an example of that. Okay, this man is the creator of the Bible app, the lead pastor of Life Church, which is a giant, giant church, right? One of the biggest, literally. Am I saying it right? I think it's Life Church, something like that. But Pastor Craig's church. And I'm trying to think if I'm saying that right. But anyhow, we'll see. We'll see. We'll have people in your comments. If you're like, that's actually not the name of the church, then tell me. But he'll eat the same thing for breakfast, lunch, and dinner for like 6 months or something crazy like that, because it saves him time to do other things instead of deciding what to eat, right? Isn't that crazy? And then his wife also puts out 3 outfits on a Sunday morning, and he picks one of them because it saves him time than having to go through his closet and decide what to wear. So it's just like things like that. Like, you would think, why does he do that? Like, he has all this money, but he understands the importance of his time, because time, you cannot get back time. Time is so precious and is so important. So I just think that was so interesting. And some people would look at him and be like, wow, that's boring. You don't change up what you eat every day. But it's okay that it's boring, because this man is also a pastor, but he's also a pilot. He has his pilot license, Carlin was telling me. I was like, what? So he has time to do those other things and to pour into people and evangelize and love people, and because he's not wasting his time on silly things. So I thought that was super, super cool. And just remembering that whatever you're praying for is not going to happen overnight. But those small, small steps of faithfulness make such a big difference. And you may not see it tomorrow. You may not see it in a week. You may not see it in a year. But you may see it in 20 years, right? Those small things, when your husband comes home and you give him a kiss and a hug and he feels loved, you're going to look back in 25 years and be like, that was one of the best practices that I ever did, was greeting my husband when he walked in the door. Right? Just small things like that make such a great impact. So I encourage you, choose faithfulness today. Choose faithfulness in even in small ways, because they make such big impacts. I love you guys. I appreciate you. I thank you for tuning in. Again, I'm sorry if I'm a hot mess, but I haven't got to be on in a while, and I just wanted to share a little Devo, something that you could take and just take a hold of it and put something into practice. Because if we're just sharing the word with you and things and you're not putting into practice, then what good is it, right? So I appreciate you, ladies. I hope that this is an encouragement to you today, and have a blessed rest of the day. Bye.